not define me. Its purpose was to refine me. God, He took my broken pieces to transform and renew me. Now I'm beautifully reconstructed. Beautifully reconstructed. I'm beautifully reconstructed. Beautifully reconstructed. I am. Let's talk. Let's heal. Let's live.
Great morning. I am Michelle Patrice Wade, host of Beautifully Reconstructed. We are the ministry in which we believe that God can take the broken pieces of your past to beautifully reconstruct you and launch you into divine destiny. Now, today's guest, I know her quite well. In fact, I've known her all her life, as she corrected me earlier. But this is my biological sister, and this is one of my heartbeats. I absolutely love her, and I am so proud of her journey. She's been doing a lot of evolving, not just physically, but emotionally, and as well as just getting her life in order and structuring it the way that she believes that God designed it to be, and show all of her strength and her beauty. So today, welcome with me, my sister, Errica Coe.
Thank you. I didn't know he was gonna make me tear up now.
My apologies. Sorry, not sorry. One of the, because it is true, I admire your journey. And you've had, of course, like I stated previously, because you are my sister, I've seen a lot of your journey. I've seen you evolve in different phases of life, and this phase is a different phase, and it's you're evolving differently with intention. So as we start talking about your journey,
Mhm.
tell me what was the pivotal point that you said it's time for me to evolve in a way that I'm showing up for me in a different way. And this way I'm showing up, I am going to show up to make sure that I am first. I'm putting me, making me a priority.
Mm. Ooh. So, I'm a person who's very intentional.
Hmm.
I love learning. When
Hmm.
people, and
Yes.
when people say, "What are your favorite things?" or "Tell me about you," I love learning, whether it's formal education or learning something new, YouTube University,
Yes.
so I've always been in a constant state of changing. The difference this time is being more intentional, like you said. As growing up, I think I was focused on what I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to do, what's the right thing, what's the
Yes.
wrong thing. And I came to a point where am I happy? Am I happy with me?
Mm.
And so I had to focus. I asked myself, like, what do you want to do? And that was the pivot for me. What is
Hmm.
it that I want to do? How do I want to show up? And it doesn't matter what that answer is for anybody else. What is going to make me happy? And some of those things aligned with what I was doing previously. But a lot of times I show up for other people. I'm a helper. I love being a
Yes.
helper, but I challenge myself to show up for myself the same way I show up for other people.
Mm.
So,
And you have been doing that. And now you have started your journey as a social media influencer. Yes, check her out.
yes.
And even, of course, being one of your followers and fans, just looking at the commentary that goes along with your posts, people are really engaged because they can identify with a lot of your journey. One of the posts that you talked about, um, it's in reference to your health journey.
Mm-hmm.
And because I don't want to, although you've lost weight, it's
Yes.
not just losing weight, it's a health journey. And you've been so transparent about even your reset, having to reset your mind with that.
Yes.
So kind of tell us about your health journey.
All right. So my health journey, it's been a lifelong journey. um, and a lot of most times people look at you and it's the physical that people, but I had to transform mentally for
Mhm.
me, and it was hard to do, to be honest, because it took a lot of honesty with myself, a lot of hard
Mhm.
truths. One of the things that maybe 2 years ago now, I told myself I was focused. I was just questioning myself eternally, and I discovered, when you describe yourself, you like to highlight your strengths.
Yes.
And so I was like, well, but what are those opportunities? Because if you don't
Mhm.
acknowledge them, you can't change those. And I was just thinking, I was like, I'm a people pleaser. And it physically, it made me emotional inside, but
Mhm.
there was something, God was like, you have to actually say it out loud. And when I said it
Mhm.
out loud, it really did make me tearful,
Mhm.
but it also made me have to own it and stand in that people pleasing. And the way it showed up for me is, I'm naturally a night person, so I didn't recognize it, but it's exhausting myself during the day for doing other things, prioritizing other people, and then at nighttime I'm up by myself, focused on the things that I want to get
Mhm.
done, or I delay them. And then how that shows up is, oh, I didn't make the gym today. I didn't make the gym this week. I didn't make the gym this month. I hadn't been to the gym in 2 years, you know. And so, but you said you wanted to be healthy. What
Mhm.
are you doing that actually reflects that you want to be healthy?
Mhm.
So, even like during the pandemic, I love words. I love communication, and I realized like, oh, I'm not reading. I haven't read books.
Mhm.
I did go to audio books. Even though I love a page, I love the physical
Yes.
page. I went to audio books because it just conducive to my schedule.
Yes.
Oh, and I hadn't made the time to read. When I said I haven't read a book in 2 years, who am
Mhm.
I? So I got my subscription to audiobooks and things like that. But it was making sure the things that I do actually reflect my desires, my true
Mhm.
desires. So, and how does that contribute to my goals?
Well, I laughed because when you said, "Well, who am I?" Your love for reading was developed at a young age by our mama. Yeah.
Yes.
So, which, we I didn't grow up in a household, so I don't have that same love, which
Mhm.
I envy because now I've joined audiobooks as well
Yes.
because I enjoy books. However, just
Yeah.
I was growing up, I was a person who learned by listening, and so I
Hmm.
didn't have to study, so I didn't do a lot of reading. And so when you talk about your love for reading, is something I'm like, oh, I want that.
Yes.
But I could have it if you just said it earlier, if I want it,
Yeah.
yeah, start reading. Simple problem just solved. See, you just solved my problem. Thank you.
And there you have it. Yeah, my journey with reading, I always gift children, especially on their first birthday or baby showers. I love to gift the monster at the end of the book.
Mhm.
And mom read that book, and she was so animated when she read that book. So reading always equaled an adventure when in the book it repeatedly said, "There's a monster at the end of the," and she would be, "There's a monster at the end of the book," and it was just an adventure from that young age. So reading was just always this world to escape into me
Mhm.
as a young child. And then I am an overthinker as well. So
Yes.
it also gives me an opportunity to kind of rest my mind or what I'm overthinking and escape it to something. And sometimes it's fiction, it's enjoyable, relaxing, but sometimes it's as I've gotten older, I like self-help or
Mhm.
autobiographies. I really enjoy
Yes.
autobiographies. They're less 10 steps here, but
Yes.
you still have the opportunity to learn from others' experience. So,
Mhm.
and someone challenged, I can't remember who, but I was looking at an interview one time and they challenged to read autobiographies with people who are least like you. So, me being a black woman,
Mm.
reading, a white male's autobiography or, a minority's autobiography meal. And so, those are lessons and perspectives
Yes.
that you wouldn't experience yourself. And so many lessons to gain in that. So,
I like that, and
mhm.
that's something I did not. You didn't share that one with me.
But there you go.
There we go.
I was holding out. Sorry.
I do like that because oftentimes we can get stuck in one perspective,
Yes.
and I think that even when we disagree with someone's perspective, I believe that there's still something that we can learn from it.
Yes.
And so I'm going to take that lesson that you just shared with me today. No.
Sorry. But yeah, you're exactly right. It opens up a perspective, things that you are not in a position just by who you are or where
Mhm.
you exist or your pathway in the world that you wouldn't even have the opportunity to think of it in a certain way. And it allows you to either apply lessons, like lessons are what to do and what not to do as well, you know.
Yes.
So learning other people's journey, and it's less preachy. It's just another experience to go through
Yes.
someone's, life in that way. So it's a great escape. It's always entertaining, and then there's a way to learn. So I always say I'm a self-proclaimed nerd. I love being a nerd, So just anything that I can learn from, even conversation. I love engaging in the conversation
Mhm.
because you learn other people's perspective or other people's journey as well. So,
Well, I can attest to that. You definitely learn. You teach, and that's why I was so surprised that you didn't share that with me because you gain. You're not selfish with the knowledge that you learn, and that's even in my journey. You've shared so many things to help me grow and the things that I'm doing, and so I'm very appreciative of that. When you talk about your health journey, you know, I commented on a post where you talked about the fact that your mindset, because you talked about it earlier about
mm-hmm.
having to shift your mindset, and I actually see that in manifestation
Yeah,
when you were talking about going to the gym, and that it was no longer a basically like a check off a
yeah,
task off your list.
yeah,
It's something that you are beginning to enjoy and love.
yeah. As I shared earlier, weight loss has been a part of my lifelong
Mhm.
story, and to do it, it's like, okay, you got to go to the gym, you got to
Mhm.
have this calorie deficit, you got to do X, Y, and Z. um, and this time when I became intentional about my weight loss journey, I wanted to make sure I was focusing on my overall health. Like, how do I feel? These
Mhm.
make noise. Do they hurt? Or whatnot. So how do I feel walking around?
Mhm.
Breathing, labored breathing in
Girl.
the heat. Things like that. I want to experience on how I feel. And then one thing that I told myself is I want to show the work more than I showed the results on there. So I
Mhm.
was intentional about, if you're going to show it. And so I like a good before. Everybody like a good before and after, but
Yes.
show the gym, show the struggle of getting to
Mhm.
the gym, to organizing my time,
Yes.
to prioritizing that. Show the successes and the failures of it as well, because on this on in the journey, like, you look
Yes.
at people's results, and in this journey, like, a lot of time we're focused on the results, and the process escapes us. And so I
Mhm.
just wanted to show the work part of it and be proud of the work. The more I showed the work, I was celebrating, like, I made it 3 times this week.
Yes.
I was able to focus on discipline, not saying
Mhm.
I got to get to the gym, but feeling proud of, like, I made it to the gym. And then also focusing on, like, how I feel when I come out of the gym. So it's like, oh, I got to exercise. I had the
Mhm.
opportunity, not I have to, but I had the opportunity to exercise because I know that after I exercise, it feels good. Even if I'm tired, sometimes that exercise comes in at 11:59 at night, but it feels good, that I got it done because I know I feel better afterwards.
Mhm.
So, and it's not about because I'm going to maintain this weight, is because the benefits of how my body feels after I have a workout. So
Mhm.
I wanted to focus on the work for myself and external. And the reason I chose to share the journey is because it can feel like a lonely journey.
Mhm.
Even though many of us deal with weight, a lot of times we don't talk about it. We don't talk
Mhm.
about what our challenges are. We don't talk about how we feel.
Mhm.
Our experiences in the world and how our body feels,
Yes.
in there. And so I always say, like, if you can help one person,
Yes.
and so I'm like, if I'm going to share the journey, I'm going to be transparent. And then it was also part for me, when I started with TikTok. I'm a serious person. It's
Yes.
hard for me to laugh at myself, and I learned that I felt like I needed to be less serious. I
Yes.
needed to be able to laugh at myself, with myself, to not expect perfection out of myself.
Yes.
And so when I first started on TikTok, it was really like, oh, let me do this little voiceover, or let me do this little dance and feel good or feel fine, okay with being
Mhm.
silly in front of people,
Yes.
or not being perfect or not being poised, or, whatever that looks like in
Mhm.
front of people. And so when I started in my content creator journey,
Yes.
um, it wasn't even to be a content creator. It was just like, okay, I have friends and family, and they're used to seeing me a certain way,
Yes.
and let me get okay with them seeing me not perfect, not polished, not poised, because that was just the character development that I thought I needed. So I didn't start off knowing that I was going to be sharing this part of my life.
And of course, we share a similar attribute of being delivered from perfectionism.
Yes,
And even when you're talking, of course, we've had private conversations, and we definitely share that.
yeah,
I'm a person who, because I do ministry, I'm like, okay, well, when I get in front of the camera, I'm there to do ministry.
yes,
However, I'm also, I have a sense of humor.
yes,
I like to laugh. And so when my friend Kadia, my sister friend Kadia was on the show,
mhm,
I started doing the exercise videos when I was doing Fit with Tasha.
yes.
And one day she called me. She's like, her New York accent, "Yo, man, you mad funny." And
Yeah.
I was like, "You've known me for like 6, 7 years. You didn't know I was
Yes,
funny." But because you present yourself one way, and sometimes you don't let your guard down,
yes.
and people need to see that humanistic side of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I say I'm a recovering perfectionist.
Yes.
Because a lot of the perfectionist ways are innate things about my character, and parts of it is things I would not change. But being so focused on how I appear was impacting myself. It was causing me to second guess myself a lot. It caused me to be stuck in decisions.
Mhm.
It caused procrastination.
Yes.
It caused decision paralysis.
Mhm.
But it also impacts relationships. I have
Mhm.
great friends that I've known since undergrad. And I mean, I guess it's more than 20 years,
Yes.
who don't get to, like you said, have known you for years and don't
Mhm.
get to experience a certain part of your personality
Mhm.
because I'm more focused on how I'm showing up or what it appears
Mhm.
like. And then that impedes the type of relationships and rapport. Like I went through health challenges, um, and because I couldn't show up perfect, I secluded myself,
Mhm.
and there was a certain point in the journey where I was like, I don't have community. I don't have people to lean on because I felt too vulnerable to show up imperfect in this world.
Mhm.
And the time that, it went from, we all get busy in life. So maybe you don't talk to your best friend every day. But the time went from I hadn't talked to my closest friends in 2 weeks to 2 months to,
Mhm.
and I had one of my friends, she lives in Maryland, and she was visiting, and she just pulled up on me, when she lives in Georgia. She lives
Mhm.
in Georgia. She's from Georgia, but
From
so
Georgia. Okay.
traveling home to visit her family, she visited me on the way, and that's when I shared more about her. And it was kind of crazy. Like we're Facebook friends, we have exchanges, we text back and
Yes.
forth, and I just never been vulnerable with her,
Mm.
And so she pulled up on me. She could physically see, and those things are eye opening to like, how am I holding myself back by just wanting to be perfect? And then therapy was a big part of my journey.
Yes.
And so I had this therapist, and she was like, like, what do you benefit from that? What do you get? And that was the first time somebody challenged me on that. I was like, well, what do you mean? Why would I want to show up perfect? What do you mean? Like, what's the problem? But her interrogating it made me interrogate myself. Like,
Mhm.
what is the benefits? And then
Mhm.
I actually got to discover, like, it's not serving me. It's not
Mhm.
serving me. I need community, and I've isolated myself here. I need to make decisions. A lot of times, it's been times where I've told myself no because I didn't think I qualified for every
Mhm.
bullet point on that job description,
Mhm.
so I couldn't show up perfect. And then again, you discover other people's perspectives. You have people applying for jobs that they're no way qualified for.
Yes.
And you look around, you're like, wait a minute, who got the job? And so
They're applying for a position as a doctor, didn't even go to medical
it did
school.
go to medical school,
But they're
confidently applying,
confidently applying.
confidently, So, it was limiting myself, and not only isolating myself and limiting myself, but then causing me to question things that I know I'm well qualified for, that I'm
Mhm.
capable of. So that it continues to be a true journey for me, because a lot of those things, a lot of the characteristics of trying to be perfect. But I ran into this quote and it says, perfectionism is a lie. Like, what have you ever done perfect? And I was like, okay, well, read me, get me together.
Please and thank you.
Exactly. So, and that stays in the back of my mind when I'm looking at a job application and like, oh, I got 5 out of 7. Maybe I'll wait till next year. That hits the back,
Yes,
like, hey, perfectionism alive. What has ever been done perfect?
absolutely.
Certainly not me. I haven't.
Not I either. This is a perfect opportunity for us to go into our segment of worship with Alan Pruitt Jr. and Call to Worship as they minister, Lord, I Thank You. We'll be right back.
Oh, come on, let's put those hands together. Come on, let's bless the Lord. Bless the Lord at all times. His praises shall continually be in my mouth. Oh, magnify the Lord with me. Let us exalt his name together. Come on, let's give him praise. Tell him, Lord, I thank you.
Lord, I thank you.
Hey, for all you've done.
For all you've done.
Tell him, yes, I thank you.
Yes, I thank you.
For all you've
For
done.
all you've done.
Let's say it again. Say,
Lord, I thank you.
yeah.
Yeah.
For all
you've done.
Say, yes, sir.
Yes, I thank you.
For all you've done,
For
God.
all you've done.
Tell him, in all things.
In all things.
What?
I thank you.
At all times.
At all
I
times.
really
Really wanna thank you every day. I give you the praise.
give you the praise.
Lord, I thank you
Hey, for all you've done.
for all you've done.
Say yes, sir.
Yes, I thank you
For
for all you've done.
let's say it again. Say,
Lord, I thank you.
yeah.
Yeah.
For
all you've done.
say yes, sir.
Yes, I thank you
For
all you've done.
in all things. Say,
In all things.
what?
I thank you at all
I
times.
really want to thank
Really
you.
wanna thank you every day. I give you the praise.
I give you the praise.
Lord, I thank you
Hey, for all you've done.
for all you've done.
Say yes, sir.
Yes, I thank you
For
for all you've done.
let's say it again. Say,
Lord, I thank you.
say yeah.
Yeah.
For
all you've done.
say yes, sir.
Yes, I thank you
For all you've
for
done.
all you've done.
Say it again. Oh, I like that. Say it. Give me 3 parts. Lord, you made.
Lord, you made a way for me. Open doors I could not see.
I don't have no
I don't
doubt.
have no doubt that you brought me
Good
out.
Lord.
Lord, you made a way for me. Open doors I could not see. I don't have no doubt that you brought
Say
me
it
out.
again.
Lord, you made a way for me. Open doors I could not see. I don't have no doubt that you brought me
One more
out.
time.
Lord, you made a way for me. Open doors I could not see.
I don't have no
I
doubt.
don't have no doubt that you
Tell the
brought
Lord
me
I
out.
thank you.
Lord, I thank you.
Say, Lord, I thank you.
Lord, I thank you.
Come on, say yeah.
Yeah, I thank you.
Say, Lord, I thank you.
Lord, I thank you.
Say it again. Say,
Yeah, I thank you.
say, Lord, I thank you.
Lord, I thank you.
Say, ooh.
Ooh, I thank you.
That sounds real good. Lord, I thank you.
Lord, I thank you.
Say,
Ooh, I thank you.
hey, hey, say, Lord,
Welcome back. Lord, I thank you indeed. That was absolutely amazing. We thoroughly enjoyed the ministry, and it reminds us that through whatever circumstance that we are to be grateful to the God who has supplies all of our needs according to our riches and glory. Thank you all for ministering a song to us. Tell us what made you make the decision to say, okay, I'm going to stop showing up like, I have a makeup bag and it says that better late than ugly.
So you've
Which
leaned into it.
I've leaned into it. Tell me how you leaned out of that.
So I too, I fear we may have inherited that. I'm definitely the late friend. If my friend Yashika is looking at this, she holds me accountable. When I made that promise, she was like, she sent me a nice little text. Oh, you want to be on time? Well, I could be your accountability partner in this. So she's sick of me.
Give her my number.
And she's like, say no
She can
more. I'm
take on
holding.
another project.
Listen, she said, say no more. I can hold you accountable for this. But I am known to be that late friend.
Yes.
And a lot of times I've excused myself, and I tell people, and this is honest, I'm telling the truth. I can wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm 3 hours late, and all of a sudden I'm 30 minutes late. I'm like, how did this
Yes. I
happen?
can attest to that.
But I had to take some accountability in
Yes.
that, so I don't know what convicted me one day, but this thought process came to me that it's a lack of respect for other people's
Mm-hmm.
time. And it hit me in a way that I was not okay with.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh,
Wow.
imagine showing up and somebody's feeling like you don't respect my time.
Mm-hmm.
And uh I also don't like people not respecting my time. So I was like, oh, what a
Yes.
hypocrite. And so conviction set in.
Yes.
So I am still very much challenged with that. So hold me accountable.
Yes.
But I have not, I'm still in my process of that. So, uh, but in that accountability, I had to say, what are the things that are in your control that you're not
Mhm.
doing? So that includes like, are you choosing that outfit at nighttime, or are you going to bed saying, "Oh, I got an outfit in my head," and then I get up, it
Mhm.
didn't fit quite that way, or that shirt didn't match or flow with that thing, and now I'm behind. Did you
Yes.
lay out the things? What's your intention behind that? Also, with the journey, anything you want to change, you kind of have to set a regimen around, right? So
Mhm.
I evolved from like, okay, I'm making the gym 3 times this week to saying like, okay, I'm going to the gym on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and my commitment is
Mhm.
matched if I actually go on these days. And so that includes like, hey, are you laying out that gym outfit the night before?
Mhm.
So that you can make it. Are you removing the roadblocks? So
Yes.
I have run late a time or two or three or four or five since I made this commitment, but I have definitely made some progress on it, and that's the
Mhm.
area that I'm still just continuing to work on. But what convicted me, and I just don't know how it came to me. You have to be careful what you ask God to do,
Mhm.
because I
You
remember
better.
I remember asking Him for patience, and I was child. People
Oh
tested patience,
yeah.
and I was like. So when I asked him, he's definitely when I was asking for discipline,
Yeah.
I didn't ask her
Yeah.
to help me be on time, but he convicted me about this. So that's something I'll continue to work
Yes.
on.
And I heard you state that you are being intentional, even those things that we can learn. Okay, well, let me put on my outfit
Mhm.
at the night before, because in the morning times, even I know for me,
Mhm.
I've said, okay, well, I'm going to wear this outfit, and then I get up in the morning, I'm like, oh, where is this outfit?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And so when you're intentionally putting it together the night before,
Yes.
then you know that you are going to be on
Exactly.
time. It's not an option for you
Yes.
to be not have it together because it's already together for the next
Yeah,
day.
yeah. I mean, even to from the outfit to the accessories to the, I would be putting in my GPS in the morning time, but I go on Waze the night before. I say I want to get there, or I have a doctor
Yes.
appointment. I'm like, okay, it's 15 minutes away. I'll leave, in 15 minutes. Well, girl, you got to park. You got to walk through the 3 buildings to get there.
Right.
And so even telling myself, because I've had to trick myself. So even like if my appointment is at 3:15, when I make that appointment, I write it down at 3, it's 3 o'clock, So
Yes.
sometimes I have to trick myself to make sure I'm not the problem. But also telling myself you can't get to a o'clock appointment at 3 o'clock, so you need to get there at
Yes,
2:45,
yeah,
2:30, maybe
it's
even.
impossible.
Yeah.
That's one thing I know is impossible for you to
So,
do that.
so yeah, but when I had thought of things, like, well, maybe you are part of the problem. Are you the drama? Are you? So
Are you the
yeah,
drama?
so I had to. Those are some things I just had to think. So sometimes do I wake up and things happen that's out of my control?
Hmm.
Yeah, but more often than none, I haven't done the preparation of the things that are in my control. So I had to own that, and I don't know why God decided to convict me on that. But it's been a journey. It's been fun, and I feel better.
You asked for it.
Yeah.
You just said it. You asked for it.
But I
Yeah.
feel better. Like I love arriving and not feeling rushed.
Hmm.
Not I've had. Have you had that feeling where you park and you opening the door and grabbing your purse at the same time? You dropping, you're fumbling things. You're feeling clumsy about how you're moving through.
Yes.
You running through the door hoping that they're not turning you around because you're 15 minutes late.
Yes.
It feels good to get there, to be able to reapply your lip gloss, make sure your hands not ashy, you know, and walk calmly into your appointment or your meeting or your lunch date with your friend who didn't have to wait for you.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about your journey as an auntie, because you are like one of the best aunties ever,
Oh,
and I
thank
can say that because I witnessed your interactions with our nieces and our
you.
nephews, and what inspires your journey to be such a good auntie?
Uh, I don't know. I'm about to tear up again. No, one of my favorite titles is definitely being an auntie. When I first became an auntie, our first nephew
Yes.
was in California, so there was some distance
Yes.
in between. And so well, he was under two. He was over a year, but under two, he moved to Georgia. It was just so exciting. But
Yes.
before that, we hadn't had a baby in the family for quite some time. But I just think being an adult in any child's life is so significant and so
Mhm.
important. There's a lot of adults who I wouldn't be me without,
Mhm.
whether it's investing in me, making me feel seen,
Yes.
and things like that. So I just take my role so seriously. Like, how do
Mhm.
you show up? Our adults, you know,
Yes.
they're of a different generation, and we have such different perspectives and such different awareness. So, like, a important part of being an adult in a child's life, and especially moreover
Mhm.
an auntie, is advocacy.
Mhm.
We want children to be polite and respectful. So if
Yes.
they can't speak up for themselves, who will?
Yes.
So and I feel like that's our job as adults, and
Mhm.
especially as an auntie, and that's and acknowledging their feelings and
Yes.
giving them a safe space to talk. And this generation is different, like
They are.
we were seen and not heard,
Yes.
but they are definitely a heard
Yes, they
generation,
are.
and
Very
sometimes
vocal.
very, very vocal. And they have a good use of their words and emotional awareness,
Yes.
and so uh but sometimes it's about also being the interceding in between our generation and the older
Yes.
generation, because our adults will be like, these kids got opinions, and it's like, well, actually, we should have had opinions
Yes,
too.
we should have.
Let's help reshape the perspective,
Yes.
and things like that. But I also enjoy, just fun time. They keep me youthful. They keep me youthful. Our oldest nephew, he's so vocal. He's so funny, and he's he's not he doesn't have a lot to say, but what he says
Says
is
that.
so poetic. You just like you know,
When
but
he feels like interacting with
yes,
the
when he wants
family.
to, when he gives you the gift of his time and attention. But he's so entertaining and engaging, and it just
Yes.
makes you think in a different way. Or he'll tell you, I was like, I'm the coolest son. He was like, no, you're not. He
I think one time he told me I was.
actually said you was the
I
coolest,
was.
and I don't know when the revoting is coming up. Maybe I'll make coolest 2026. But he did say you was the
Maybe.
coolest. And then our youngest nephew, he's more introverted, but he's so
Yes.
thoughtful. The conversations with him is just so man. I'm like, if I was so expressive,
Yes.
I wish I could express. I was full of those feelings and full of those emotions,
Mhm.
and I didn't have the ability to express it. And his ability to express what he's thinking, his thoughts and his feelings is just so amazing to me. Um, and then our nieces are just
Oh goodness.
They are joy. They are 3 and 5. Yes. And they're just a bundle of energy and so much
Yes.
personality. And for me, you, I think, it's special because we waited a long time for girls.
Yes. Boys,
So
boys, boys.
yes, we
Yes.
had a lot of boys coming along, so we waited a long time for girls, and they are just um, so confident. I
They
just love
are.
seeing their confidence, and a part of what I think is important for me is just knowing that journey as a girl is to make sure they maintain their confidence throughout their journey.
Okay. Of course, I asked that question because overall, I said it at the beginning, not directly, but you are overall a person who is family oriented.
Mhm.
So, I always said that you are the gift that continuously gives
Mm.
because, I feel so blessed to have you as my sister. I truly do. And overall, I feel so blessed because of the fact that we did not grow up in the same household. Not only you and I have a different dynamic
Yeah.
as girls, and it may be because we are girls. Um, However, the boys and I, we may not communicate the same way and on an everyday basis like you and I
Yeah.
do. However, we show up for each other.
Yeah.
And to me, that is so big, especially again, given the fact that we didn't grow up in the same household, but we are bonded by this love that's
Yeah.
so undeniable
Yeah.
and that I am so grateful for. I really can't even express how grateful I am because I love each and every one of you, in your individual ways, your personalities, and the boys are funny. They are.
Yes.
They are. They are so
Never
funny.
a
Our
dull
brothers are
moment.
hilarious. Never a dull moment. I mean, they get it honestly from our daddy. Yes.
Yes.
Mama is more relaxed, but yeah,
Yeah,
she's something
she
too.
potent. She had her potent moments
Yeah,
too. She
she
get in and
does.
get out quickly.
Yes, she can. You're like, okay. Let me sit down.
Yeah.
And let me get my popcorn. This is hilarious.
Yes.
But overall, I think that we all can attest that you show up for all of us, and um, to make sure that we know that you are available to us in whatever way that we need you in various times and ways. So, I know I speak for the family that we appreciate you. And I know, again, just going back to you sharing your journey and opening up, it was big for me just to see you come out of this shell and break down some walls because not only when we've talked about trust issues and even when we are exposing ourselves to the public,
Yeah.
that's a way of us pushing past our trust issues because when you put yourself on social media, you
Yeah.
don't know what type of commentary you're going to get.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
you have to trust the process that okay, whatever, if someone says something that I don't like, I can handle it the way that I need to
Yes.
depending on the nature of their comments. If I need to block them, I can, or if
Mhm.
if we can agree to disagree, what have you. But you were brave enough to say that I can do this despite my reservations, despite of me.
Yeah. Well, first, let me just speak on, our sisterhood. Like, I always commend the adults in our life. I don't know, I, don't- I it never was different. Like it was just you were my sister, and that was the
Yes,
matter of fact. I don't even recall ever questioning as a young girl like why we weren't in the same house, So
yes,
because I guess I would have not had any other experience to know that it was supposed to be anything different. So you were my sister, and I always looked up to you. I always thought you were so confident and so beautiful. So I just always looked up to you, and I was a shy,
yes,
quiet, I'm still introverted,
yes.
but I definitely wasn't confident younger. So I always just looked up to you. You was just so amazing to me. So I always love our relationship, and I feel like you were invested in it. It's 6 years
Mhm.
difference in us, and when I think back now, I'm like, you were 16, like, oh, my sister coming for the weekend, But those times when we were not, overseas and things like that, it was important to you that I was there. But I can't even now, I didn't know the significance of it back then, but I'm like being 16 and prioritizing that, oh, my sister gonna be here this weekend, like
Yes,
come bring my sister to me or things like that. Or I even remember, I've spent summers with you,
mhm,
and you probably would 21 and well, let's see, if I say I'm 18 at that point, so you were 24 at
Yes.
that point.
Yeah.
At 24, I wasn't trying to have my sister with me, my little sister with me, and I was busy,
Yeah.
But I've spent whole summers with you, at
Mhm.
your young adult ages and things like this. So I always commend the adults. They, uh, we've had ignorance to, if there was any complications going on behind the
Yes.
scene, because they prioritize us having a
Yes.
relationship with each other. And then,
Which is
um,
definitely rare.
yes,
Yes.
and
Like you said, if there were behind the scenes, we didn't know.
yeah, and then I know you tease and say I'm the boss. Well, I am bossy.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm bossy.
I
So,
laugh that you are.
but as the older sister, you've always from the beginning you've had a responsibility. You've acted with a responsibility for our relationship that I would attribute the foundation of our relationship to, because not for that, you know, when I was in college, I wouldn't have been thinking like, oh, I still need to stay connected to my sister, but for the fact that you were so intentional about us having a foundation. And
Hmm. Thank you for that.
so,
Of course, we can go on and on because we have so much to share,
yeah.
right? Not only about, because I can ask you about your journey, and because there's so many things that you've posted that I could really just ask questions about. So that means that you have to come back another time, and maybe next time you can show us some of those exercises that you've been doing, because
Oh,
I know you work out at home too,
yes.
even when you don't go to the gym.
Yes,
So
YouTube University.
that's right. So you can maybe share some of that with us next time.
Yes,
You're agreeing to come back? Is
I
that a yes?
I feel
You feel pressure?
yeah, I feel pressure. I don't feel like I have an option, but no, I've definitely enjoyed it. I was nervous leading up to this, and you wouldn't give me a cheat sheet.
I wouldn't. I would.
So, but this has definitely been a great experience. You promised it was gonna be just
Awesome.
like a normal conversation. It
And it
was.
was, wasn't
So
it?
yeah, so I guess I could come back.
Well,
you know,
good.
yes.
Now, before we end, I
Hmm.
want you to share your information so that
Hmm.
people who want to connect with you can
Yes.
do so.
Okay. So I have a TikTok page, Escape 914. So that's ESCAPE 914. On TikTok, where I show up and I share my journey. I also have a weekly series called Talk That Talk Tuesdays, and where we're elevating the way that we communicating. So whether it's repositioning how we use certain words, especially from a woman's perspective, to make sure that we're showing up in each space confidently, but still authentic. So you
Yes.
can find me at TikTok, on TikTok at Escape 914.
Awesome. Now go, what is it? Go like her page.
Like,
No,
follow.
like or follow, yes.
Like and
Like,
follow.
share, tag, follow, yes.
Yes, share tag.
Thank you,
Yes.
Errica, for joining me today. I
Thank
had
you
a
for having
blast.
me.
Absolutely. And thank you all for joining us yet again for another episode. I pray that you enjoyed it as much as I did, and that you continuously remember that I am not, you are not, we are not inadequate. We are beautifully reconstructed. Until next time.
To transform and